Hello, um, I am Joyna Lopua, a PhD candidate of Cyprus International University. I'm here to talk about our research article, an overview of the effects of passive solar strategies and thermal comfort. This research basically analyzed 547 publications to identify the knowledge gaps and research trends in the field of passive solar. Buildings are major consumers of energy, and they're contributing factors to the emissions of carbon dioxide in the environment. Passive solar strategy, it's a renewable source of energy, and the research tried to cover a period of 40 years, which was between articles published between 1982 to 1982 to 2022, and from that the capacity of passive solar strategies to offer long-term and affordable solutions for indoor thermal comfort has driven us to this research. Passive solar techniques for energy efficient and eco-friendly buildings, and how it is easy for most climates to access solar radiation and harness it into achieving thermal comfort of our building. There are various passive solar strategies for heating and cooling purposes, and they actually work for both scenarios. So for passive solar cooling, we look at the thermal mass, the convective cooling, the shading, the ventilation. While for passive heating, we're talking about direct gain, we're talking about indirect gain, we're talking about thermal mass and insulation, and we're talking about shading as well. For the objective of this research, we just try to gain the research gap in the field of passive solar, especially as it relates to passive what. And for the purpose of this research, we had a keyword search, and on the Web of Science data page. From there, we try to specify our keywords and search with refined search parameters. We excluded, we refined articles, and then we had a final data of about 547. That was no, we came to 1,400 and 1,406, and then from there we went to have detailed cleaning, and we arrived at 547 articles, which we finally downloaded and used to run our analysis on viewer and our studio. For the thematic analysis, we extracted the Excel file for the data, we cleaned it, and then we arrived at about 500. We just cleaned the 547, but now after further cleaning, we had a total of 500 articles, and we ran it, uploaded it on MaxQDA, and ran the for our thematic. So we try to see plans, we try to see themes, we try to see emerging areas that have predominant researches, like we can see over here and over here. while these ones are still like virtually untapped. So for the reference publications, it had an increasing trend of publications up until 2015. Then, from a noticeable decline can be seen from around 2018 and even lower in 2022. And it got us questioning, why is it that there's a sudden decline in particular research? And for bibliometric analysis, it just helps us to measure metrics, counts, and observe frequencies in this particular field of research. And we try to check direct citation, keywords occurrences, what keywords are common in this particular field, and then authors that have collaborated, affiliations that have collaborated, to see what the dominant of the researches on this particular field is. And for our primary data, like I said earlier on, we had complete data from Web of Science, and publication trends were there until 2018 thereabout, and then there's a sudden decline. So the aim is to see our solutions, trends, and gaps in previously published articles. So it gives us a guide into where we would want to dive into for further studies. So this particular exercise, the bibliometric part of it, it just helps us to have a summary of things that where the research can go to, and for the results, we had some universities which had higher publications. We had most of the publications coming from specific journals, and we also have this showing the connection between the keywords and author, university, and then the author location. So it just gives us a good. This particular image shows us that there's a strong relationship between various titles associated with the study and the author affiliations and author countries, which it's basically a summary of details. So we use co-citation analysis to reveal the relationship among authors. Key author analysis provides insights, and it helped us to see where most researches have been centered on, where those others that need more. The direct citation, the circumference of the circle indicates how many citations. So the circumference of the circles indicates how many citations an author has accumulated, and as close, those that are positioned close to one another in this visualization have a stronger relationship than those farther apart, like it's shown here. This particular visualization is key because for keywords are related to core content of a publication, and analysis of keywords can show us crucial and critical results of studies related to passive solar strategies. This one gives us an overview of the keywords, and I think it had a total of about maybe 2,000 or slightly above 2,000, with a minimum of 10 documents per author that meet this threshold. And we have like thermal comfort and like performance coming up, and we have things like passive cooling, really looking far apart. For the thematic part, we had an initial code where 7 codes were applied and focusing on thermal comfort research. However, we added an extra 6, which did like almost nothing, and we specialized it on that. In summary, the analysis reveals a varying attention to different subtopics within building energy efficiency, while thermal comfort, cooling, and simulations are extensively studied. Passive solar solutions required investigation. So for energy consumption and impact, we saw that despite increased research publication, energy consumption remains high, posing a question about the effectiveness of current strategies. So for us to address priorities, should papers appear accepted based on understanding energy saving solutions rather than just applying complex. Despite benefits, there's a lack of research in passive solar design, indicating the need for further investigation. So it's a call to all of us to go into more research for passive solar. We're trying to save the world from energy carbon emissions, and we're trying to energy and reduce our level of dependency on fossil fuel. However, for future directions, research needed for passive solar strategies to reduce emissions, despite research energy consumption remains unchanged based on figures we encountered, lack of comprehensive research on passive solar solutions for further climate changes. The goal is to shift focus from research towards passive solar methods to positive impact. So we want to encourage us to research into positive areas that would have good results that can easily be applied and would see a considerable decline in the numbers on energy consumption. Future research should include accessible articles for builders to promote efficiency. Thank you so much.